Hi, good day. This is Kevin George from Tropical Literature Creatives. I'm here at the Bocas Lit Festival, and here I'm talking with Lana the Educator. Lana?
Hi to everyone at Topical Literature Creative. As he said, I'm Lana the Educator. I am a podcast host. I run the eponymous Lana the Educator podcast that deals with all things educational, and it may be from around the world or the Caribbean. We focus on showing mostly interviews. Young people that you can take non traditional paths to reach where you want to go. Non traditional, meaning you do not necessarily have to go to the typical 5 CXC degree education path to do what it is you like or to make money or to have a career. So I also look at persons or interview guests who may not take traditional subject areas in school or may have switched their paths in life to end up doing something that ended up being very successful and lucrative for them. So we have interviewed former principals who would have given you the perspective of what is the real nitty-gritty behind the education system. I've interviewed doctors of education who would look at issues we are facing in education in terms of special education needs, infrastructure, policies that we may have faced as well. And there is a tack or a thread that I've taken towards persons in the arts. So many people do not see the arts as a viable career or viable path for learning for themselves or for their children or for students. So I look at artists who would have gone into painting or visual artists or the dancers, and they talk about their issues and struggles of and fears coming from their parents mostly in terms of how can you make a living out of this career. One of the main things I did I am on my sixth season that I did was a segment called Teachers Top Issues Yes. So this looked at teachers being interviewed over a global spread. So you have people from the Middle East, Thailand, the UK, China, talking about issues we as a global body have as teachers around the region. There are also segments where I look at things that are educational that we should know in terms of literacy, World Literacy Day, World Down Syndrome Day, World Poetry Day. Those are things that are important for us to understand in the region, as well as things like safeguarding, what is important for us when we're dealing with migrants coming into our region as well and coming into the school system, things that we need to be more aware of in terms of diversity. So it's a podcast that you should check out. I invite you to look at it. And I would like to thank Tropical Literature Creative for inviting me to speak here. Thank you so much.
Thanks for making yourself available.